Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Ro and I'm a writer from Argentina, and today I'm gonna be giving you my little chain of thoughts about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the first episode that's been released, because oh god, I have to. So stick through it. So, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is the second series that Marvel is giving us in Disney Plus. Now let me tell you one thing. When they announced the series, I wasn't so excited about the idea of them because I didn't care about the characters enough. But after watching WandaVision, which was a complete, honestly, it's such a good series. I was actually excited for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier because WandaVision is a very character-based storyline, which is something that I'm actually so happy about because I'm a sucker for character development. And the fact that they're throwing character development in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is amazing for me. So I'm gonna be talking about that, and I'm gonna be talking a few of the things that I think about. I'm not gonna tell you about theories and all of it because I actually like to enjoy the show for what it is. So yeah, Sam's story pretty much starts, especially this one that's linked to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It starts with the ending of Endgame when Captain America gives Sam his shield because he wants him to take the mantle of Captain America. Now, Sam gives the shield to the government in the story. And god damn it, that shouldn't have happened. I am not happy with that in the least, especially because it's like another one of the resemblances of the same thing that Peter did with Edith, and you're just there like, are you seriously giving away the legacy of two of the most important heroes like it is nothing, and you're just giving it to people who actually have no idea how to handle them? It's like, are you kidding me or are you kidding me? So I am not happy about it. That shield shouldn't be in the museum. You can give them the suit, you can give them whatever you want, but the shield shouldn't be there. I actually think that they should have kept it and just seal it so no one puts the dirty hands in them. Because I don't like how this is going. But we're gonna talk about it later. Now we're gonna talk about Sam. And one thing that I want to say, Sam was introduced in the movie The Falcon. No, in the movie The Captain America and the Winter Soldier. That movie starts with the scene in which Steve is on a carrier and he jumps from it, like you know how it starts. He's in a mission with Natasha there, and there's a callback to that scene in the beginning of this series, which I thought that it was amazing because it's just like, I don't know, a mirroring image of exactly what Steve did, and I think that was so cool. But now we're gonna talk about a little bit about his character, because I think that for one, his character is gonna go through this journey of trying to find the courage to take on the mantle of Captain America, and I think that's the way in which it is going. But it's also gonna talk about so many important things, especially because after the disappearance, I refuse to call it the blip. I think we all refuse to call it the blip, so we're gonna go with it. But there's gonna be a whole bunch of things, because we've been introduced to Sam's sister, Sarah, and they have economic problems, and he's trying to get afloat the business of his family. And because he disappeared for 5 years, he doesn't actually have an income. He does have an income because he works for the government, but he doesn't have an income in the sense of, oh my god, you don't have a history for the bank to give you money, which is pure bullshit. But I think that we're gonna touch so much on these topics, and I think it's pretty interesting that we're following him on that. But especially, I am interested in the fact that we're gonna see Sam's journey to become the symbol that it is Captain America. And that's gonna be interesting because he doesn't feel like the shield belongs to him. It feels like it belongs to Steve, which it did for so long, but it's not like someone threw Steve away and just said, "Oh no, you're gonna be the new Captain America." It was Captain America the one who told you you're gonna take on my mantle, and I think he's not considering that part, the fact that Steve gave you this so you can be it. So please take it. But it's gonna be interesting to see that in his story. So I'm really really excited. Um, and I hope that they actually give us the character development these characters deserve, uh, because the movies don't make a great job at portraying them. I mean, like, you feel like they are secondary characters, and with this show you can actually get so much insight on them, and I am excited to see that. So I'm looking forward to Sam's story in this series. And now I'm gonna talk a little bit about James Buchanan Barnes. I okay, so this character was introduced in the first Captain America film, which was obviously Captain America: The First Avenger. We know him as Bucky Barnes, and Bucky's story is pretty interesting because he was such a joy to be around. He was a character that was full of light and all of that, and they took all of that light, all of that joy that he had, and they tortured him and they put him through a whole bunch of bullshit until the point that they made his life be tragedy. And in the story he says that the only calm that he experienced was in Wakanda, especially after all of those years in which he was the Winter Soldier. And I am so excited, so excited to see how they develop Bucky's character, because I mean, like, we've seen some of it in the movies, but we haven't seen enough. And now he's going to the shrink. He's actually getting treated. I mean, like, that's a great step, even though it is part of his pardon. It doesn't matter. He's actually getting help from someone, even though he's not really being that open, which I totally understand, especially because the only person he actually trusted is now dead. So how can you expect that he's gonna trust anyone? Well, we don't know. Let me correct myself. We don't actually know if Steve is dead or not. We have no idea. I don't want to know either. But the only person that he actually cared about, that he would trust with his life, especially after everything that he went through, is not around anymore. So we cannot expect having Bucky to trust people just because, even if it is a shrink. So, and there's a wall here because God, she's not doing her job well. At least not from my point of view. It's just like, even though she knows his story, she's not putting enough. It's just like he's trying to convince him with the things that don't matter for him, and he's just like trying to make a living of other things, because he's got so much in his mind, and it's not enough. It's not enough, and he's also putting himself through hell, because there's this character, and he's friends with this character, and they have lunch together and all, and he just happens to be the father of one of the Winter Soldier's victims. And I think Bucky knew, and I think he's putting himself through it because it's part of his list of make amends with people. And it is so hard for him because he actually has a lot of weight on his shoulders, a lot of weight on his conscience. And wow, so Bucky's character is gonna be awesome. I'm really excited. He's the character that I'm most excited to see, especially after the introduction that we've seen, because I think that we're gonna get so much development, and I hope we can actually get him to be a little bit at peace. Although I don't know, I don't trust Marvel that much in that regard, but I hope that we can get something, and I hope they make justice in his character, because it will be really nice. Now I'm gonna touch on the topic that's actually bothering me so much, which is the new Captain America. Or maybe I should say Captain Clown? And yes, I know that is not funny in the least, but I'm pissed off. So that's what it's coming out. And dude, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm not happy. The thing is that I couldn't give two craps about it. Because Steve was never one of my favorite characters. And Captain America is not one of my favorite characters either. He's not one of my favorite heroes. It's not even. But I'm gonna give it to Marvel because the freaking point of this was making us react like that to this thing, you know. Even if you don't care about Steve enough, even if you don't care about Captain America enough, you're gonna lose your mind because someone has the shield. Anyways, the whole point is that someone has the shield. And you're like, no, you're not worthy of that shield. You're not. And I swear to God, I have to give it to Marvel because they actually made me feel something. And it is so weird for me to be pissed off about something that I don't care about. But I swear that I finished that and I was like, no, that doesn't belong to you. That doesn't belong to you. The fuck? And I don't know where that's going to go. But we will see. But seriously, oh my god, that was crazy. That was crazy. Now to wrap this up, because we need to wrap it up. I am actually excited by this series. Like I said, these are characters that haven't been developed well, and I'm actually excited for the series because of that. Because I feel like we actually have a chance to developing them and just give them a story that actually makes them justice, that we get to know them more, you know, like I don't know, things like Bucky going out and having a beer with a girl, even though it was just to make him feel bad. You know, I feel like knowing these parts of life, of how they're trying to cope, especially after everything that happened, it is quite interesting because we get to see another side of them, especially with, for example, meeting Sam's family and seeing the things that matter for him, you know, and all of these things. So I'm looking forward to the next episode. I'm gonna be doing a review about it because I'm probably gonna have so much to talk about, and we're gonna go further on it, especially with everything that has been introduced that I didn't actually touch about it, but there are other characters introduced in the series, and then there are some guys that actually like, supposedly that they like the world better as it worked when half of the population was gone. So that was pretty much all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you are, tell me what you thought about the first episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What do you expect to see? Because I would actually like to know. I don't like to make theories though, because we've seen what happened with WandaVision and just people got too hyped up and nothing happened. So I'm not that kind of person. I don't like to make that. I actually like to appreciate the material that they're giving me, so I can feel happy about it. But besides that, just tell me what you thought and where you think this is going. Not crazy shit, because my fist is not gonna show up in this, so please. Anyways, that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see anything else, because I'm gonna be throwing some other videos. You can also recommend books, movies, TV shows. You can also recommend music. I'm gonna be checking it out. So much content is gonna come your way if you subscribe. That's all you got to do. But if you don't want to do it, it's okay. Don't do it. Anyways, thank you so much. That's my cue to leave. Always remember to be positive, kind, and curious. Goodbye.